Was is das?
Hey there! We're here to review this new LP, Gary Smith, Silvia Kastel and Ninni Morgia, and it is called Brand, which I believe may also be the name of the new trio that they formed. They may have just put all their names here as an introduction, but we shall dither no more. If I'll just hand this LP sleeve to my assistant, and he's going to hit the piano with it. Let's get this record on, and then we will blabber more about it. So, 9 tracks in all. Gary Smith is the new name to me, but Gary's got great pedigree. He's on guitar, volume pedal amp. Silvia Kastel runs the record label Ultramarine, who released this, who you've noticed no stranger to you if you follow our reviews regularly. And then Ninni Morgia, the guitarist, who is also been featured on here through his work with Silvia Kastel. So that too as well. So that's the track listing there that he's just read to you. We're on the first one now, which, as he said, is called Magnetico. Yeah, like he says, it kind of sets the tone for the LP. It's kind of very minimal. There's nothing here that gets super heavy. There's quite kind of spooky, minimal composition on here. Sorry, bear with me. I think my co-presenter's doing something weird with the record sleeve. What are you doing? Oh. Right, well, can we have that back, please? We want to have this on camera, don't we? So, yeah, Silvia, she's got one of those great avant-garde voices. Rises in and amongst the jam like another instrument, really. Don't be fooled by the 7-inch, that's nothing to do with this record, just something that my co-host here keeps slipping into the record sleeve. Now we have the dog involved as well. So it's the full Was ist das crew in the house. All probably because we are all such big fans of what Ultramarine put out. You get a record from them and you just don't know what to expect when you stick it on. They tap into musical otherworlds. They take traditional instruments and they make them behave differently. If it wasn't for the sleeve notes, I wouldn't know those were guitars. Sorry, dog's in my spot. Oh, and now Otis is as well. I'm sorry, my son and my dog are overwhelming this review. Yes. Well, I would try and skip us further forward in the record, but I seem to be involved in crowd control. No, but that's the whole point of the sort of the record, that they are exploring new spaces and sounds. I think that's why Brand here has the moon on the cover, as it represents, you know, the great unknown and other places, and that's what they're exploring with their music. So, yeah, you've inadvertently had the entire first song. Not saying I usually do in my reviews, I do usually try and skip us about a bit. But as I say, I am suddenly the focus of attention here as I try to review. So this is track 2 we're on to now, Swoop. The album all, like I say, it all is in this kind of vibe. This strange, dark... that piano's not on there, that's him. He has a little wooden piano just round the corner. Excuse me? Yes. No piano. Dad is reviewing an LP. No. Why don't you sit on this side and play on the dog instead? So yeah, it's strange, dark, minimalist space music. And I use space not in the term here of any kind of a hippie jam band, as you could tell, but that space as in regarding the, as I mentioned before, the great unknown. This track here, Silvia's adding in some of her synth work, and when she says synth, she's not talking Depeche Mode. She's as idiosyncratic with the keyboards as her compadres are here with their guitars. Now I think it's time that we try to skip around here a bit. We'll nudge you forward a bit. This is the third track, Birdcage. Some extraordinary sounds there. That's synth. There's some synth on here. But, you know, I'm no musician. I'm not even sure if I was, would it give me any kind of roadmap or reference point for this LP? It's all so off in its own little worlds. And then this is I think this is in Italian, so I'm probably going to mispronounce it. Gesto statico? Strange tones. I mean, this really does sound like the music of the spheres here, cut into wax. And then the last one on this side is called Allied Forces. A bit heavier here. Definitely some guitar sounds in there. So, let's flip the record and take you on a quick trip through side B. Just 4 songs on this side. So the jams on this side, you're going to get 2 longer, more extended tracks, followed by a couple of quick jams. This one is called Pointer List, as my competent here just explained. And that's a little further in, you see, sort of higher frequencies, but still keeping it deep. And then their second one is called Press. We're suddenly going to hear in the lower end of the frequencies some wild, deep, reverberating sounds there, like the beating heart of a planet. And then we just get the last couple of jams, which are both pretty quick. Drops. An exit. So I've mentioned space on here a lot. That's because it makes me think of that feeling you get when you're a kid and you watch strange, weird old sci-fi programs, maybe 50s B movies, or a particularly good example, something like Doctor Who with all its strange electronic soundtracks it had in the 60s. That feeling of otherworldly alienation is what pervades these recordings to me. And so I use space here, as I'm stressing it, in a metaphor, but it brings to mind that strange unknown, the confrontation of the alien, as in the concept of the unknown, not as in other races. So, pretty way out there LP. You can see it's definitely one I stick on while my wife's not at home. The little guys understand. It's never going to be on your pop radio station, but what would you listen to your pop radio station for? This is a pretty heavy piece of guitar and some space music, heavily endorsed. So go wrap my review up here because I think I need to go get my LP sleeve back. Take care.